Hey, is this thing on? I'm Sid. Guess what? My feet won't fit inside my favorite shoes anymore. When I got these shoes last summer, they fit inside no problem. But now, I just can't get them in. Oh, come on, shoes. Get on my feet. Arnie, can you believe this? You can't believe it. Hey, have your shoes ever gotten too small? Why do shoes get too small anyway? And why did it have to happen to my favorite shoes? Well, I'm not going to take it anymore. Hey! Okay, look at that. They fit. Oh, ow, ow, okay. Ouch. Maybe they're a little small, but I can still wear them. Hey, I wonder what happened to these shoes anyway. I got it. My shoes are shrinking. Yes, that's it. But why would shoes shrink? Why don't they just, and forever? I just gotta know, why are my shoes shrinking? Oh, breakfast time. Yes, it's breakfast time.
Morning, Sid.
Hey, morning, Sid.
Good morning.
What's the matter there, big guy?
Mom, Dad, Zeke, I have an announcement. My shoes don't fit.
Oh, well then take them off. You can wear your brown dress shoes to school.
Brown dress shoes? To school? But they're not good for running, and I might get them all muddy.
It's just one day. I'll stop and buy you some new shoes on the way home from work.
Thanks, Mom. I love my mom. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to tell you why my shoes don't fit. My shoes don't fit because my shoes are shrinking.
Sid, your shoes are not shrinking. Your feet are growing. All of you is growing. You are getting bigger.
I am?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I am. But how come I can't see myself growing?
Well, you can, sort of. Come here, take a look. See this? These are the marks we made to see how tall you've grown.
Cool.
Step on up, let's see. Whoa, look at that. I think it's time to make a new mark. We're getting bigger. Okay, step over here. And I'll put my finger right at the top of your head. Okay, good. Now step away and I'll mark it. Look at that.
Wow, I am growing. Oh, hey, hold on. Is Zeke growing too?
He sure is. Zeke's alive, and everything living grows.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll show you. Let me just find some information on the computer.
Mom knows a lot about computers. She's really smart.
Here we are. Watch this. Little trees grow into big trees. Baby bear cubs grow into big bears. And even little chicks grow into big chickens.
I wonder how long it takes to grow bigger.
Well, maybe you can investigate more at school.
Good idea, Mort. But first, eat your breakfast. Then you can put on your dress shoes. We need to leave soon.
Okay.
Come on. Breakfast is served.
Ouch. Oh, yeah. It's almost time for school. I love my mom. My mom is cool. Because now it's time for having fun in school. Yeah!
Is that clear?
I'm looking for my friends. I'm looking for you. Hey, there's Gerald. Yeah, check out my moves. I'm a rock star. Cool. I'm looking for my friends. I'm looking for you. Hey, there's May.
May I show you how I groove? Da-da-da-da. Hey!
Ruby. We're looking for our friends. We're looking for you.
Hey, there's Sid!
Did you hear the one about the kid who wanted to know everything about everything?
That's you!
You got me. We're looking for our friends. And look who we found. We found each other.
Everybody, rock time!
Ooh, that's Teacher Susie.
It's rug time. Come on in. Rug time. Take a seat. Rug time.
Clear ready!
Everybody move your feet. Rug time.
Teacher Susie!
Good times on the way. Rug time. Come on in. We've got a lot to learn today.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Come on, Gerald. Row yourself over here.
Okay, merrily, 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 life is fun. No, waterfall. No, whoosh. Stop going downstream.
Okay. So, who wants to share something with the class? A story, a song?
Oh, I have something to share.
Okay, Sid, go ahead.
Well, today I'm wearing my brown dress shoes. They're not my favorite shoes, but I had to wear them because my favorite shoes don't fit anymore.
Yeah, I can't fit on my tricycle anymore. It's too small.
That's what happened with our backyard swing. I can't fit in the little seat anymore.
So do you know why all that stuff doesn't fit anymore? My mom and dad say it's because we're growing.
Your mom and dad. That's right. Your mom and dad were right, Sid. With food, water, air, and some sunshine, everyone grows.
I'm getting taller. I know because Dad made a mark on the wall to show me.
You're not only getting taller, but every single part of you is growing. Your feet, your hands, your ears.
Our arms?
Our earlobes. Our heads. Susie, I have a question. Yeah, I know that we grow, but why can't we see ourselves growing?
Well, you can't see it because it takes time to grow and change.
Do we see something
Can we grow something here?
Wow, you're all asking great questions. And I know the perfect place to investigate growing. Okay, scientists, you know where we're going. To the Super Fab Lab! That's right, so grab your journals and let's go.
Okay. Super Fab Lab!
Observe!
Compare!
Contrast!
the plant investigation we've been doing?
Oh, yeah. We planted little seeds to see how they grow.
And we planted them in wet sponges. Now that was awesome.
But is that where plants usually grow?
No, plants usually grow in dirt.
Right, May. But in the sponges, we can really see how the seeds change into plants. And here they are.
The sponges work.
So, who remembers how we did this investigation?
I remember. First we put a teeny tiny cute little lima bean seed into the sponge, and then we made the sponge really wet because seeds need water.
Right again, May. So, which one of these has been growing the least amount of time?
That one. Yeah, we just planted the lima bean seed in it yesterday.
That's why we can't see a plant. It hasn't had time to grow.
You're right. Okay, scientists, now I'd like you to line up these plants from the youngest to the oldest. Then use these rulers to measure how tall the plants are. Okay?
Yeah, you're a scientist. You can try this too.
Okay, scientists, let's explore how plants grow. First, we're going to plant this lima bean seed into this cup. Push the seed way down into the soil. And add some water, because plants need water to grow. Now, let's look at some lima bean plants that have been growing on the windowsill for a while. Let's bring all the plants back to the table. Wow, some of the plants have really grown. Okay, now line up the plants from the youngest to the oldest. Great job! The seed we just planted hasn't had time to grow at all, but the plants on the windowsill have been growing for a while, so they're taller. Let's compare our plants and make some observations. This plant is the smallest. It hasn't been growing for very long. This plant has been growing longer. And this plant has been growing the longest. It's the tallest. It has lots of leaves. Now use your rulers to measure the plants. Wow, growing takes a long time. The tallest plant started growing a long time ago, but it's still not very big. But it is big enough to move it from the cup into a pot so it can grow even bigger. While we prepare the soil for the big plant, let's put the smaller plants back on the windowsill so they can keep growing. Once we put plenty of soil into the pot, we can move the plant into its new home. Pat down the soil so the plant is nice and snug. And remember, plants need water to grow. And now it's ready to put on the windowsill so it can get some sun to help it grow. Let's make some observations in your journals. What did the biggest plant look like? What did the smallest plant look like? Think about all the plants we observed today. Wow, I can't wait to find out what observations you made. May, can we see your journal first?
Okay. Well, this little lima bean seed that we just planted yesterday is here, so it's the youngest. And we planted this one and this one a long time ago. And we planted this one a long time ago, so it's the oldest. Susie, did we put them all in the right order?
You sure did.
Yay!
Okay, Sid, you can go next. What did you observe?
Well, first we measured the plants with our rulers. This is the one that we just planted. This is the one that's the tallest. It's been growing for a long time, but it's still not that tall. So I guess it takes a long time for plants to grow.
Great observation, Sid.
Yeah, I think growing happens real slowly. Come on, plant, grow! You too! You've got lots of growing to do!
But don't worry, because after a long time, they'll change from a little seed into a great big plant!
You're right, May. And there's a special word for when something changes into something else. It's called a transformation.
Transformation? You mean like a little seed growing into a big plant?
And like when May's little kitty Mushu grew and changed into a big cat.
Yes, you're both correct.
A transformation is when something changes. Wow.
I am impressed. My scientists know so much about growing and changing. I think it's time to play with all your new ideas. Yeah! Go ahead.
Hi, Sid!
Oh, hey, Gerald.
Hey, you know, I've been thinking, wouldn't it be funny if growing old didn't happen slowly?
Yeah, what if we grew super duper fast? Let's try.
Yeah!
Okay.
Okay.
We're little babies. Wah! Wah! Feed me!
My diaper!
Oh, now we'll grow bigger.
Okay.
I'm 2 years old. 22-year-olds say.
No! No!
Now let's grow even faster. We're all parents.
Yeah.
Hello, Gerald. How was work today? I drove to work and drank coffee. That's what I did at work.
Oh, yes, very interesting. I read the newspaper today. It had lots of words in it. Now we're going to be really old. Hello there. I'm Grandpa. Me too.
My God! He's standing drifty in the air. Oh, let me just push this button on my microphone.
Don't hurt yourself. No. Come on.
And now,
It's time
for Susie to sing!
Thank you, and thank you. You know, we've been talking a lot about how plants grow. Well, how would you like to hear a song about a little seed that changed into a beautiful flower?
You bet!
How long have I been napping? When did this transformation happen? My itty-bitty little seed really grew. I almost didn't recognize you. I can't believe your size. You are not the little flower I knew. You look different. Wow, you're growing. You look different. The change is positively showing. You've been on a growing spree. How big will you be? You look different, and I like what I see. Every day you're reaching higher for the whole world to admire. You're in one of your many growth spurts. So you wake up in the morning, you change without a warning. If you were a kid, you'd need new pants and new shirts. You look different, wow, you're growing. You look different, the change is positively showing. You've been on a growing spree. How big will you be? You look different, and I like what I see. All living things go through a transformation, you know. And that's what you're doing, so do what you're doing and grow, grow, grow. You look different, wow, you're growing. You look different, the change is positively showing. You've been on a growing spree. How big will you be? You look different and I like what I see.
Hey, now we know that when things grow,
like a flower.
Or a mouse.
Or your feet.
They grow really, really slowly. Yeah.
And now it's time to go home. Follow me. Now where's my seed?
Oh, right here, Grandma.
Now, let's roll.
Let's roll. Backseat driving with Grandma.
Okay, kiddo. Tell me about your day.
Well, we learned that everything that's alive grows. Even my feet. I sure wish my favorite shoes still fit.
Oh, sounds like you wish you had a new pair of shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, when I was a little girl, I had a favorite pair of shoes, too. Actually, we couldn't afford lots of shoes, so I only had one pair of shoes. And I wore them everywhere. I wore my shoes to school. I wore my shoes to the playground. I wore my shoes whenever I danced. Oh, yeah, I had some moves. Woo! And then I got too big for my shoes. I handed them down to my little sister. And when she got too big for her shoes, she handed them to our youngest sister. That's why we call them hand-me-down shoes. Yeah! Woo! Those shoes really got worn down because we all like to dance. Woo!
Oh, Grandma, you can still dance.
You're right, Sid, I can. Woo!
My grandma's the best. Something cool today. I know it upside down and inside out. I learned all about growing. Woohoo! Scientist in the house. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, hey, Zeke. Hey, Dad, do you remember this morning I asked how long it takes to grow, and you said to investigate?
Sure do. How'd it go?
Well, I learned that growing happens slowly.
Wow, I am impressed.
Hey, son, did you fix the washing machine? Whoa, that thing was noisy. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, it's all fixed. Now it's on to my next project.
Oh.
You know, this morning Sid reminded me that Zeke is growing too, so I thought I'd start measuring him on this side of the door frame.
Well, cool. Can I help, Dad?
Oh, absolutely. Here, take the pencil. I'll lift up Zeke and hold him, and you can mark the door frame.
Wow, Zeke, I get to make your first mark. Now we'll know how tall you are.
There we go.
Hello, I'm home. And look what I've got.
My new shoes! Awesome!
They're a size bigger, so they should fit.
Oh, great! And then when Zeke's big enough, he can wear my old shoes.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah. Hey, they fit! Thanks, Mom! Oh, yeah! I think these shoes work just great, but I gotta test them a little more. Bye! Hey, what a great day! We looked at the sponges where our seeds were growing, and next we're gonna plant them in dirt. But that's gonna take a long time, because growing happens slowly. Then we learned about transformation. Oh, that's a cool word. And now I know that my shoes weren't shrinking, I was growing. And that got me thinking, what do you do with your old shoes that don't fit? I mean, if your kid, brother, or sister is too small to wear them, what are you gonna do? Okay, I've got it! Here's my super duper ooper schmooper big idea! How about if I invent super duper stretchy shoes that grow too? Even when I'm 9 or 10 or even an adult, no matter how big I get, my stretchy shoes will stretch and grow too. And even if I grew super duper big, my shoes would stretch super duper big too. I could grow bigger than my house, bigger than a giraffe, even bigger than a skyscraper. Isn't that the coolest? Then I'd never get too big for my favorite pair of shoes. And that's my super duper ooper schmooper big idea. Hey, I'd stick around, but I've got some growing to do. And I bet you do too. I am Sid. Science Kid! And remember, keep asking lots and lots of questions. See you later, scientists. Woo!
Such fine things to do. Your phone back to the seat. Come on in, don't be shy.